Hello, this is Renata from NIT Durgapur. Before we start, let me take you through a painstaking journey. Just before we started ideating about this India Innovation Challenge design contest, my grandmother passed away. She was a paraplegic patient for 3 years, and it was a painful sight to see her lower portion of her body covered with bed sores leading to septic conditions. What about the remaining who are still suffering from bed sores?
Studies indicate that around 1% of worldwide population or 10% of disabled population uses wheelchair, which accounts for around 65 million people worldwide. And it is obvious that once a person returns home after rehabilitation, he does not want to go back to the hospital again. But 39% of the people suffering from SCI had to return back to the hospital regarding the problem of pressure sores within 1 year of their treatment. And of them, 34% had to be rehospitalized more than 3 or 4 times throughout their lifetime regarding the same problem. Also, 7 to 8% of deaths in SCI patients are because of pressure sores. Most of them are because of sepsis, which is a disease which spreads throughout their body through blood and tissues.
According to demographic characteristics of individuals with paraplegia in India, published in Indian Journal of Physiotherapy and Occupational Therapy, a survey by Narina Gupta et al., an astonishing fact had come up that 2 lakhs of individuals with spinal cord injury live in India, and more than 50% of the patients get inadequate rehabilitation during the initial hospitalization process. 81.80% of institutions have no facilities for a pre-discharge home with visit by the staff to understand the special requirements of the patients, and 73.9% of institutions have no facilities for follow-up home care services. Therein lay our solutions.
We are providing a real-time health monitoring IoT-based approach to give automatic relief in paraplegic patients by designing an automatic pressure reliever wheelchair. It is a health monitoring device that determines the pressure built in the lower waist area, giving visual feedback to the patient through an app. It can automatically relieve the pressure or notify the caretaker through GSM module, thereby cutting down the expenses of treating painful bed sores. Paraplegic patients are prone to non-uniform distribution of pressure on their lower part while sitting. This is due to their inability to move or change positions, thereby leading to constant pressure at fixed points in their body, leading to sores. In order to prevent this problem, the patients have to change their sitting postures at regular interval of times. The chair that we have designed will solve this problem and make the patient independent and will prevent the sores. 9 FSRs have been installed at specific areas of the chair that constantly monitor the pressure at different regions of the body while sitting. This data is sent to the MCU, which possesses the data and executes the required instructions to change the posture of the person sitting. This change of posture for relieving the mounting pressure is achieved by placing airbags at specific positions. The airbags are inflated or deflated as required, and proper combinations of airbags are selected by the MCU in order for specific movement of the patient. The airbags are inflated or deflated at high pressure with the help of a compressor. The inlet and outlet valves are controlled with motors using a tap mechanism that regulates the flow of the air, and in this way the air pressure in the airbags are regulated. The motors are connected to the MCU via relay, and a demux is in order to use lesser number of pins for controlling the inlet and outlet of the airbags.
We have few competitors such as X-Sensor Technology Canada and Foresight SS, which are pioneers in designing patient safety products for treatment of pressure sores arising for wheelchair users. But at the same time, we are giving competition to stem cell therapy and rehabilitation techniques of SCI treatment through our smart solution.
In our business model, our customers are hospitals, clinics, community-based rehabilitation workers, community-based healthcare workers, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, local craftsmen, technicians, and medical equipment suppliers. They will buy our product and distribute it among our users, which are paraplegic patients or any other daily wheelchair user.
As a manufacturer, we must appeal to networks of independent dealers to distribute their product, but demand must be created at the grassroots level. with the medical providers or depending upon the product with the end user or patients. In developing the demand, we may gain important insight into marketing to product segments. Once demand is established in the defined areas, it is easier to expand by citing the earlier customer relationships as success stories. In second stage, approach purchasing organization for group purchasing and apply periodically for inclusion our product within their networks as well as help us by crowdfunding.
We had visited the National Institute for Locomotor Disability where Akshay's father, Mr. Pankaj Bajpai, is the head of the Department of Occupational Therapy. There we eventually met a paraplegic patient, age 62, who was overwhelmed by our initiative because it would give her instant relief and prevent the pressure sores that is making her life a hell. Come, let us make the life of paraplegic patients pain-free.